We're back for week 2 of Underdog Pick'ems.
Come on, baby.
Chargers, Chiefs at Arrowhead. Let's look at some player props, some higher lowers. Now, you got your season-long fantasy, you got your best ball drafts, but one of the ways that we like to actively play fantasy throughout the season each week is through Underdog Pick'ems with these player props where you can choose the higher and lower on different props. If you want to play with us, you want to do pick'ems with us, it's quite simple. Use our promo code LAND, L-A-N-D,
Come on, baby.
at UnderdogFantasy.com. If you deposit $10, you can get your deposit matched up to $100. So if you put in $100, you get $200, right? Quick maths makes sense.
Quick maths.
Sign up link is in our description. And then join our Discord. And right now it's just me and Badake posting our pick'ems, but there is a Discord text channel for pick'ems where you guys can show us what your pick'ems were, and we can either win together and lose together. A couple rules: you have to make 2 picks, one from different team. You can make up to 5 picks, and then your chances go up 3 times, 6 times, 10 times, 20 times to improve your money. Obviously, the odds get higher. We like to go 5 picks in our slates, and look, they did it. They offered this thing that's called insurance, right? And it is intriguing because with the insurance button here, I'm tapping it right now, you can see. With the insurance button, you can miss on one of these picks and still get money. The issue is that if we put $10 in, and then I make 5 picks, instead of getting $200 back, I only get $100 back. So
yeah,
it's just hard. Like the insurance feels like it's a big hit, so I don't think I can do it. I don't know about you, Badake, but
yeah, no, I mean it's definitely interesting, but at the same time, yeah, I'd rather not do the insurance and just go big money plays, big money plays.
So we are talking about this Thursday night football matchup versus the high-flying Kansas City Chiefs and the high-flying. I mean, they're both pretty damn good offenses.
Pretty high-flying. They
Los
flying
Angeles Chargers both started off the year 1-0. The Chargers versus the Raiders, and the Chiefs versus the Cardinals. I mean, that was a bloodbath.
That was crazy.
And here we come to Thursday night football. We're gonna be live talking about these pick'ems. Do them yourself, and then join us live and tell us what your props are. I'm gonna give you 3. Okay. Just because I feel like on the Thursday night games, it's harder to hit on 5. So many things has to happen.
Agreed.
And then for the weekend slates, we do 2 videos like this. For the weekend slates, I'm gonna give you guys 5. That's a separate video, but
I wonder if
I'll give you my 3
ones.
just to start off, Badake.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna have the same ones.
Maybe. I think this is gonna be a really, really good game.
Yeah.
But the first higher I have is Austin Eckler higher than 37.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
This to me feels, again, I've said it before, but it feels like free money. There is no Keenan Allen this week. Okay. So the guy who was probably on track to take most of those targets and opportunities from you is not going to be there.
Right.
Eckler hit the higher on 9 of 16 games in 2021. That is 56% of the time. You're now facing Patrick Mahomes, this high-flying Chiefs offense, like I said, and at best, you're competing. At worst, you're coming from behind, and both of those are very good scenarios for Austin Eckler, who, I mean, let's be honest, like Austin Eckler could lead this team in targets here
100%.
in week 2 versus
100%.
the Chiefs. So to me, this feels like a lock. And versus the Chiefs, again, there's no, like, who else is going to be taking receiving yards from him outside of Mike Williams? So this to me, again, I feel very confident in this. I've been confident before and I've been wrong, but I'm hitting the higher on that. And then I'm going to Justin Herbert, and I always like to try and find a lower for you guys. It's I feel like you can see all the hires, but a lot of times those hires don't hit, even if they look attractive.
Agreed.
So I try to find a lower, and I'm going to do lower than 38.5 passing attempts here for Justin Herbert. I know, let me explain. I said it was supposed to be a high-scoring affair, 2 incredible offenses going back-to-back. Well, that was still the case last year, and last year, Herbert hit the lower number on 38.5 passing attempts 53% of the time. And in both of those games versus the Kansas City Chiefs, you guys remember those games? Those were very entertaining games to watch.
That is right.
Offenses looked great. The last one ended with a Kelsey touchdown. But even on those 2 games, he was lower on this category in both of those games.
Yep.
It's going to be a high-scoring game, but 39 pass attempts is not very easy to get to. I remember last Monday Night Football, we both thought, Geno's going to be down. They're going to pass a bunch, and he hit the lower on his pass attempts as well.
Oh man,
it's a little bit of a, like, he should have hit the higher,
100%.
but you can't control game script. But look, I'm going the lower here. I still think this can be a high scoring game, and you can still hit lower than 39 pass attempts. Because if it's 38, then obviously I win this one. And when I was prepping for this last one, the number was higher, and now it's even better. So I feel even better about this last one that I'm about to tell you guys. And that is Patrick Mahomes higher than 16.5 rushing yards. Last year, Mahomes hit the higher number here, 59% of the time.
Okay.
Now you're facing the Chargers, who, let me remind you who they have on their defensive line. Khalil Mack, who had 3 sacks last week, and Joey Bosa. You got both of these absolute monsters on each of your edges. You improved the defensive line as well in the offseason, and you improved your defense as a whole. I do believe that Patrick Mahomes, to be honest, in one rushing attempt, he can get higher than 16.5 rushing yards.
100%. No doubt about it.
So for me, I feel confident in these three. These are the three that I'm going to bet on this week. I'm going to put $10. I am not going to do any insurance because, again, look, then it's $30. And that's cutting me in half. So this is going to be my slip here for the Thursday night football game. I'm going to go ahead and submit it, and I will share that with you guys over on the Discord. But Badake, what picks have you got for this game?
Yeah, look, really good picks. Let's start off with the Los Angeles Chargers side of the ball. Surprisingly, we have all different picks, which is good. Good. So more different content. Give me Josh Palmer hitting the 9.75 higher fantasy points.
Okay.
One all higher.
Yep.
Keenan Allen is no longer here. Mike Williams is now the number one. What did Josh Allen say? They said he went on, if I'm not mistaken, Good Morning America, or not Good Morning America, Good Morning Football, and he was like, who are you excited for to take a next step this year? And he said Josh Palmer. And with Keenan Allen being out.
Did Josh Allen say that? You said Josh Allen
said
that.
Justin Herbert. Excuse me.
Okay,
I was probably saying Josh Allen. I was probably saying Josh Allen a couple times. Justin Herbert was saying Josh Palmer is going to take a massive step this year.
Gotcha.
And with Keenan Allen not being here, it is perfect. The last time Keenan Allen didn't play was last year in 2021 against my New York Football Giants. You know who stepped up? Josh Palmer. He had over 17 and a half fantasy points. I mean, the expectation is that he should at least get a touchdown. At least. I don't care if it's one reception, 2 yards and a touchdown. I think this is, like you said, a high-scoring game. He should be getting a touchdown here. So give me Josh Palmer. I'm believing in the 25-cent Palmer, and I can't believe I freaking dropped him. I don't know why I did that.
In one of our Dynasty leagues.
And Zach picked him up. 100%. Let's go to the other side of the ball here. Give me Patrick Mahomes, and I think this one's pretty easy. We keep saying a high-scoring game. Give me the higher on 2.5 passing touchdowns the past 2 years. Or not the past 2 years, excuse me. In 2021, the past 2 times they played the Chargers, he has scored 3 touchdowns in both occasions. Okay, I feel like this is very easy. I mean, we saw him score 5 touchdowns yesterday. And to be fair, or not yesterday, but last weekend, to be fair, these little shovel passes that he's doing are considered a touchdown. Those Clyde Edwards-Helaire shovel passes 1-2 yards in front of him when they're going to get on the goal line. And like Zach said, this defensive line is so much better. And I don't think Clyde is going to be running the ball as efficient this year, or this game, excuse me. So I do believe Patrick Mahomes is going to be passing for over 2.5 passing touchdowns. Now we go down. I think this one's pretty easy. It has to be pretty. I mean, I'll be really surprised if this doesn't hit. Once again, another guy. Give me Travis Kelce over 79.5 receiving yards. I'm just going back to the history when they play, the Chargers last year, week 3, 104 yards, 11 targets. I expect the same thing. Week 15 of last year, 191 yards. I expect the same thing. I mean,
you expect 191 yards?
I don't expect 191 yards. That's a big exaggeration, but he is the guy. We saw what he did this past weekend, 121 yards in the air, 9 targets. I understand this defense is good. But when the game is on the line and everything is, all right, who is Patrick Mahomes going to throw the ball to? And that is Travis Kelce. So give me 79.5 receiving yards higher.
Okay.
79.5 receiving yards. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I'm only going to put, actually, let's go big money here. Oh,
okay.
Whoa. I was 120. I'll put $20 on this. I feel really confident. And then my payout will be 120. So once again, Josh Palmer, 9.7, higher than 9.75 fantasy points. Patrick Mahomes, 2.5, higher than 2.5 passing touchdowns. And then Travis Kelce, higher, 79.5 receiving yards. I feel really confident. I'm going to submit this right here, right now.
I love it.
There it is.
Man,
we're
going to be so disappointed if somehow this game is like what Monday Night Football was.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be
why
so
is it there's like less than 20 points per team? No one's doing anything. That's the game of football though, but I think it's going to be a very good game. It's at Arrowhead, which is going to be interesting.
Exactly, at home. So look, I mean, something has to happen. Something good has to happen once, and I believe in week 2.
Mike Williams was someone I was looking at. You know, I was looking at his hires, I was looking at his lowers, and it's is risky. Really hard to know. I think he's going to be involved. I think he hits higher on all these. I really do.
You think so?
I don't think. I think he does because, like, you look at the history against Kansas City, you have to adjust. You're not playing the Raiders anymore. You're playing the Chiefs. You have to adjust a little bit.
Okay.
But it's just too risky. I couldn't do it. Was there any one that I was also looking at Clyde, and I almost hit the lower on 69.5 rushing and receiving yards. I know that it was a blowout last week, but Pacheco and McKinnon were involved. I'm not saying that they will be again, but he had he had 2 fantasy points per touch last week, and I just don't know if that's going to happen again. That sort of efficiency was wild, and it's hard to see that repeating. But yeah.
Yeah,
Did you have any that you pointed at?
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side of you and Mike. I feel like he will hit the lower in the receiving yards.
Okay.
I know the last time he kind of took off on the Chiefs, I remember it was like a blown coverage on the side and he ran it in for a touchdown. I think that was a Chiefs game. I could be wrong. But I was going to go 69.5, lower than 69.5 receiving yards, which I think feels really confident for me. And another guy that I feel also confident in doing the lower is Juju Smith, 57.5 receiving yards. I think this Chargers defense, they were just playing Devontae Adams this past weekend, and he is different. Asante Samuels, that's not going to happen to him again, in my opinion. So I feel really confident in Asante Samuels guarding Juju. He is not the same route runner as Devonta Adams, excuse me. So I am definitely taking the lower receiving yards, or Devonta Smith. And one more.
Juju is such like a unknown for me because I'm kind of on the side where I think he could hit that number. And the reason being is last week in a blowout, he only played like a certain amount of snaps. I think he played 66% of the snaps. Right. For your starting wide receiver, that's not much. I mean, again, I'm kind of like double-edged sword here. I'm saying Clyde won't hit his number probably, but Juju probably will, even though it was a blowout. I understand how I'm kind of like double-edged sword here.
Yeah.
But he had 8 targets. 6 catches for 79 yards, and he only played 66% of the snaps. I mean, we're maybe looking at 12 targets for Juju last week if that was a competitive game. So
maybe
I'm a little bit more hesitant on that. But again, the good thing is you and I see Juju different. We see Mike Williams different, which means maybe you avoid these players unless you are very certain.
100%.
That's what we want to avoid here is the unknown. So
yeah.
All right, Thursday Night Football. Comment down below. Let us know what your predictions are for this game. If you're doing pick'ems, again, use our promo code LAND, LAND, to get your deposit matched. Thanks so much for joining us. Good luck this week.
Good luck. Oh my gosh, we all need it.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
watch it.
You can also subscribe
right now
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.